Hi guys, welcome to Win Civil World. In this video, we are going to talk about the different types of non-destructive tests conducted on concrete. Concrete is the most important ingredient that determines the strength and quality of a structure. The total structural stability of a building or a structure depends on the strength of the concrete. Why strength and quality checks of concrete is important? Concrete is designed for a certain strength. The quality tests ensure that the best quality concrete is placed at the site so that concrete structural members have the desired strength. For ensuring the strength, concrete quality is to be checked at various stages. The quality checks for concrete is done in three stages. The first one is the production stage, second one is the harden stage, and third one is on structures. First, we will describe about the production stage concrete tests. The production stage concrete tests are done after production and before pouring. These tests include slump test, compaction factor test, and VB test, etc. Next is the hardened stage quality test, or they are called destructive tests. In hardened stage quality test, the concrete specimen in the form of cube or cylinder is casted from fresh concrete. The behavior and quality at 7 days, 28 days are checked by breaking the specimen at certain loads. These tests are for determining compressive strength, tensile strength, and flexural strength. Next, coming to the third one, the tests done on structures. They are called non-destructive tests. These tests are done to determine compressive strength and other properties from existing structures or buildings. The tests are done without destruction and hence called non-destructive tests. Using these tests, the properties of a structure and its changes can be studied over time. With these tests, measurements are repeated many times and validated in detail with immediate results. What are the significance of non-destructive tests? Let us have a comparison between the destructive test and the non-destructive test. In the case of destructive test, the specimen is casted simultaneously with the concrete production. The main problem with the destructive test is that the properties of concrete in a structure varies from specimen due to the difference in pouring temperature, curing factor, compaction factor, density of raw materials, etc. But in the case of non-destructive tests, they are done on structures. In the case of destructive tests, the behavior and quality is checked by breaking the test specimen at certain loads. Non-destructive test determines the property of concrete without destruction. In destructive tests, the specimens are destroyed in testing process and can't be used even if the test is passed. But in the case of non-destructive tests, they do not destroy or change the part, and the structure is still fit for service if it passes the test. In the case of destructive tests, the results are not immediately available, but in the case of non-destructive tests, the results are immediately available. What are the objectives of a non-destructive test? The main objectives are they can check the quality check and health assessment of the existing structures. They are used for determining the homogeneity, internal and external characters of concrete, etc. To detect the crack and voids of concrete structures. To assess the quality of concrete with the standard requirement. To study the aging of concrete. For finding the compressive strength of structures and for evaluation of elastic modulus. What are the types of non-destructive tests? The first one is penetration resistant test, the next one is rebound hammer test, and the third one is ultrasonic pulse velocity test or UPV test. Then comes the pull-out test and pull-off test and concrete core testing. First, we will describe about the penetration resistant test. Penetration resistant test is used to determine the relative strength of concrete structures. The equipment used for this purpose is Windsor probe tester, and hence the test is called Windsor probe test. The concrete test is determined by driving steel rods or probes. The depth of penetration indicates the compressive strength. Penetration resistant test, the equipment and methodology. The Windsor probe machine consists of a gunpowder activated driver or gun that is for driving steel rods called probes, and there is a gauge for measuring the penetration. The probe is a hardened alloy probe. The gunpowder drives the probe into the concrete. The steel prop got a diameter of 6.5 mm and a length of 80 mm. The penetration resistance of concrete is computed by measuring the exposed length of props driven into the concrete. Penetration resistance test demerits. The test value depends on the aggregate types and size. The main disadvantage of this test is that this test gives variable results and not so accurate. Several props are shot to achieve a solid average depth for final conclusion. Next test is rebound hammer. Rebound hammer is basically a surface hardness test and determines concrete strength based on surface hardness. This test is also known as Schmidt's rebound hammer by the name of Swiss engineer Ernst Schmidt. What are the components of a rebound hammer? The equipment consists of a plunger hammer that weighs around 1.8 kg and a scale. This is the typical cross section of a rebound hammer. It consists of a hammer guide, hammer mass, an impact spring, a 15 mm impact plunger, a viewing window, and a rebound scale. Next, coming to the working method of a rebound hammer. The plunger is pressed against the surface of the concrete. The rebound machine consists of a spring hammer with a defined mass and a latching mechanism. The spring with the hammer mass rebounds depending on the quality of the concrete. The rebound number is shown in the scale. Lower rebound number indicates less compressive strength. An average of around 6 readings should be taken. The correlation between the concrete strength and the rebound hammer is shown in a graph and is called rebound hammer graph. The rebound values depends on the following factors. The first one is the cement type, aggregate type, surface condition, age of the concrete, and moisture content. And this is a chart showing the rebound values and strengths. And rebound value around 40 is considered as a good quality concrete. Next test is ultrasonic pulse velocity test. Ultrasonic pulse velocity or UPV test is a non-destructive type of test on hardened concrete. This method interprets the time travel of ultrasonic pulse waves for evaluating the concrete quality. High velocity indicates a good quality concrete and a low velocity indicates cracks, voids, and less dense concrete. What are the objectives of ultrasonic test? They are used to learn the homogeneity of the concrete that determines the presence of cracks, voids, and imperfections, to calculate the elastic modulus of concrete, to find the quality of concrete relative to the standard requirements, to determine the age of concrete. What are the factors affecting UPV test? The presence of reinforcement, water content, mix proportion, temperature of concrete, concrete age, and stress level of concrete. Equipment used for UPV test is ultrasonic pulse velocity tester. The equipment consists of an electric pulse generator, a pair of transducers or probes, amplifier, and an electronic timing device. The probes are attached to the concrete. Coming to the methodology of UPV test. The transducers or probes are placed on both sides of the concrete as shown in the figure. One end serves as a transmitter and other end serves as a receiver. The pulse generated from the device is transmitted through the concrete surface. The pulse waves get converted to electrical signals which is received by the receiver transducer. The traversing measurement is distance L and the traversing time is measured by the electronic timing device and is T. The pulse velocity is calculated, that is distance divided by time. UPV tests are done in three ways. First method is the direct method of transmission, then comes the semi-direct method and the indirect method of transmission. First we will discuss about the direct method of transmission. This is the most accurate and reliable method of UPV testing. The receiving transducer shall be placed on the opposite side of the transmitting transducer. This method is the most accurate method because maximum energy is transmitted at right angles to the face of the transmitter. and this method is also known as cross probing. In some cases, the opposite directions are not available. In that case, two methods are commonly used. One is the semi-direct method and another one is the indirect method. These methods are not efficient and accurate as direct method. They are mostly influenced by the surface concrete. The surface concrete got different properties in comparison to the core concrete of structural members. This is a UPV test table where you can decide about the strength of the concrete, and another two types of tests are available. This will be described in our next section. Thank you for watching.